Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today we're going to take a look at and discuss the Halloween Kills trailer. Halloween is a fun franchise I would love to talk about more. I was planning on doing something, a few videos leading up to the Halloween Kills, and likely that'll happen. The scale of which I'm not really sure, but we'll definitely look at Halloween 2018 at the very least before we go into it. And I have a fun, really in-depth video for you guys that I think will fit perfectly. So, like I said, that's going to be a ways off. I don't think this is coming out till October 15th, correct me if I'm wrong, 2021, which is exciting. It was delayed. I'm pretty sure it was delayed a full year. So it was supposed to come out in 2020, but this is the first official trailer that has given us some fire. Quite literally. I didn't mean that pun. The pun, no pun intended. But here we go. So we get the house on fire. Actually, let's just kick it off. Here's the thing, we will be stopping every now and then. We are discussing and breaking it down, so if you haven't seen the trailer, you might want to dive in and watch it. I thought the trailer was fire with a couple kind of cheesy things mixed in, and we're going to have a poll, straw poll in the video description, and I'll try to pin it in the comment box. Wow, that popped like crazy. Come on, pop filter, do your job. Anyway, let's play this here. There was something about that, even the first time I seen the scene. I think they did a little teaser where she's like let it burn. There was something a little cringy about that, and I kind of feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's like if it would have came off more like the character was just now remembering, or she didn't plan on, oh shit, I forgot about firefighters. You know, I forgot about them putting the fire out, you know, because essentially in the end of 2018, it was a trap to put him in there and to finish him off and to burn it all down. And having her be like, oh, wow, I really overlooked firefighters coming and putting it out before he dies in the fire, which he'd be dead. Anyway, I don't know, I could just kind of feel like having the character have that realization, like, oh shit, no, and then be like, nah, just let it burn. It comes off a little more cheesy, like, no, you idiots, you know, don't you know Michael's in there? And it's like, no, no, they don't. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but something just came off. Even with the teaser, I thought that was a little, yeah, this is where it gets different. We get this. And I wonder what they're going for here, because this scene right here, it looks like purposefully, I don't know, it looks like purposefully CGI in a way where there's just something about it. Maybe it's not. I mean, they could have done something here with a practical effect, but something about it looked kind of off. He's just sinking below the camera with the flame, but it's still badass. This is the moment where shit gets real. This is the moment where when I was watching the trailer, it kind of turned into a different type of Michael Myers. And maybe not different for the franchise itself, but different for maybe the vibe they were going with from the original 78 leading into 2018 and then going into this one if you watched it in that order. This kind of felt more like, I don't know, man, more like a Jason Voorhees. I don't know what it was, but I got that vibe like, oh, you know, Michael's killing the whole town. He's going to just... Yo, and that too, you get the death point of view from one of the firefighters. Sick angle. I dig that. As the other guy's getting eaten up. Maybe it was the saw. Maybe he pulled out the saw and I'm thinking of like Jason Part 7 or something.
My grandmother was right. The boogeyman was real. It's over. We can't hurt anyone ever again.
Anyone get it vibes from that?
Man was real. It's over. We can't. My grandmother was right.
Right there. Anyone get it vibes?
The boogeyman was real. It's over. We can't hurt anyone ever again.
Now, I believe they're showing kills from part 1. blending into this one, which is good too. I think that it's a delicate balance, spilling things over from the first movie into the second and third, depending on how big, you know, the franchise or the saga is that you're following. But having them spill into each other, it kind of makes them feel like one organic piece instead of just everything from the first one is like, you know, gone. You don't have to showcase everything, but little bits and pieces help tie it together. And this is them just looking over the... I mean, I think that's someone's head. There's an arm over here. I think that's someone's head with the brain missing. Maybe not. Maybe that's like his... I don't know. These guys are butchered. Look, there's an axe in this guy. He's got the axe. But like I said, right there real quick, you saw that death from the first one. They're showing a little bit there of...
Told me what?
Somebody in there?
Michael Myers is alive.
Yeah, and this, I was a bit shocked they were showing so much. Now, normally I would say, like, okay, they're showing us, like, the first few kills and whoop-de-whoop, but I lost all faith in Hollywood and the trailers. I think this is probably, like, a good chunk of the meaty kills in the trailer because I don't trust them at all. I mean, there's probably a couple that they're hiding, but, yeah, don't trust them at all. I think maybe this old dude got knocked out and he threw him on the table, and Michael is making sure he did. He did. He gone.
Stop! You had a knife in your stomach.
You and Allison should not have to keep running. Evil dies tonight.
Yeah, ultimate cringe. Oh, I don't understand. When they get to some of these, I don't know. When they get to some of these, what's a good... It's more than just dialogue. It is specific... It's specifically meant for, like, the trailer. It's like the trailer dialogue. It's like scenes and moments that it's not organically... It's, like, crafted to be quotes. You know what I'm saying? Like, movie quotes, the fan base picks it up and creates out of the movies oftentimes quotes and sayings and moments that people didn't even... originally feel was like an ultimate quote. You know what I mean? Like a Predator, perhaps. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Like, they didn't go over the top with some type of thing for that, you know? They did for some, like stick around or whatever it was. Bad example, but you see what I'm saying? Like, they know when they're making this, these are going to be certain ones we want as the quote, them crafting it, not the audience organically adopting it as a quote or a favorite line that they love. So they craft it for the fan base and they give it like prepackaged. Here's a quote. And also it's a trailer quote, but it just comes off real cheesy in this.
Dies tonight.
I kind of feel like they should have just had it done I don't know, give her something to do when, you know, I don't know, give her something to do when she's saying it. It just feels too stiff. Now, given this scene could be differently edited, and we just have this one that they used for the trailer. They've done that in other movies where they just pop it in where it's one cut in front of the actor, but when you actually watch it, you know, she's pulling out the knife when she says it and actually has some oomph, and it's kind of cool. This is badass.
I'm not just gonna sit and watch another innocent person die.
If you track Michael's victim.
And here we have an Easter egg for anyone who's watched the franchise. Obviously, I love how the internet blew up and they were like, oh my God, I spotted this. Did you? And it's like, yeah, any self-respecting Halloween franchise fan, unless you always skipped part 3. I skipped part 3 and I recognized it immediately. So unless you're a franchise, you know, unless you're a little... hard to catch things. Like, we know that this is the nurse, that the black nurse that he tossed out of the car. Like, this is her, and she's in the mask. Someone else is wearing the pumpkin mask, and then there's the witch mask.
Straight line to Michael's childhood home.
Yeah, right here's the witch mask. But that soundtrack, I think the soundtrack and the sound design for 2018 was fire. Even in the original, it was fire. It was kind of like subtle fire. It snuck up on you. But 2018 was thumping, and this is thumping too. We'll play it back again. Hopefully I don't get clipped with claims.
Tonight.
I'm not just gonna sit and watch another innocent person die.
If you track Michael's victims, it's a straight line to Michael's childhood home.
What do? We fight.
There is something I do like. It's a little. I'm a little puzzled what direction they're gonna go. Where Michael's like going for his home. Hopefully, it's something a little more organic. Where like don't go the direction of later Halloween films where it's the occult and all this other bullshit with the town. Stay away from that. But just having him familiar with the area and heading back home simply because he's familiar with the area. Done. Perfect. So easy. It's like the Predators where they hunt for trophies. It's perfect and easy and simple. But they got to go and mess with it. You know, it's like, oh, come on. I hope they don't go and mess with this. So I like that idea. And I also like the idea that in the 2018, it really seemed like she was crazed and paranoid. And Michael ran up on her by just coincidence. Well, it was coincidence that was orchestrated from the crazy doctor. He was essentially used as a screenwriting tool to get Michael to hone in on Laurie Strode because in 2018 it didn't seem like Michael cared about anything but just to go forward and kill everything in his path. And I like if they spill that over here. And I also kind of got this vibe from what's going on that maybe there is a chance. I think it's too predictable to have Laurie Strode die in this and then have her daughter pick it up in the sequel. Not her daughter, but her granddaughter pick it up in the third film and to finish it out. I think there's two really predictable ways, but I think one is probably the best all-time way to do it. Out of the two predictable ways, one predictable is Laurie Strode dies here. The granddaughter finishes Michael off in the part 3. The other predictable outcome, but more favorable, I feel, in the fan base, will be to have Michael and Laurie both die in the third one. So Halloween ends, they both die. Anyway.
Let's hunt him down.
Michael Myers is flesh and blood.
I kind of got the vibe, like Dark Knight vibes. Anyone else get Dark Knight vibes out of this? Man, there's stuff in here that feels like they're pulling from the other Halloween movies, like Halloween 2. They don't want that to be canon. However, they're kind of paying respects. It's kind of an homage having Laurie in the hospital, you know, after essentially this is Halloween 2, you know, and they're kind of reincorporating that. Same thing with the town going after Michael Myers. They've done that, and they're reincorporating that. There's other things in here that they feel like they're reincorporating, and I hope they're doing it in a way where it's their own story, but they're just paying homage, kind of paying respects to the franchise as a whole. You know, keeping what worked and what the best bits of the past, and cutting out all that other crap, like the cult and everything else. If they go the direction of the cult, I'm out. And I say that because of this.
But a man couldn't have survived that fire. The more he kills, the more he transcends.
See, this is something that was like kind of cheesy, but coming from a hardcore Friday the 13th fan, there was a little twinkle of love in the idea of having the supernatural kind of injected into this. Now, I love when horror movies, anything is grounded. The reason why I fell in love with The Walking Dead early on is because it was zombie. It was the one fake thing, but it was grounded. Jaws works so well because it was a ridiculous idea of a killer shark hunting a town, essentially, but it was grounded. E.T. works really well, even as an old kids movie, because it was grounded. Gremlins even works really well because it was grounded, but it had that slapstick. But they do it where it's still grounded in reality. And I feel like that's the best combination when you're trying to do a lot of different content. Some content can be just out there, but there a lot of different things work, like Child's Play, the original worked. It worked. All these other properties worked, and it worked well because it was grounded, but it had that one element that was like Pennywise with the alien that was supernatural. That's the one element. Everything else was grounded. Well, leave the book out of it. But when you get to Halloween, you have, the crazed killer. Well, not even a crazed killer, but you know what I'm saying. Like, he's like a shark, just going and killing and yada, yada, yada. But he got shot. He got his fingers shot off. He doesn't even wrap them. I mean, he's just walking around bleeding out. Maybe he'll burn it closed. That's probably the only other acceptable thing I can see Michael doing, is just burning it closed. But if they have him killing mad people and his fingers grow back like little stubs, yeah, I'm out. But that's because they're keeping it grounded. But there is that little twinkle in me that likes the idea of a touch of supernatural dished in there. But I don't think they'll pull it off. So I don't know. I don't know about that. But it has it's cool if Laurie's saying it and it's more like a metaphor and it's not real. So it keeps it even more grounded. Anyhow.
Run! Go home now!
He's the essence of evil.
And they're showing a lot in the trailer. We do, and this is what has me a little suspect. Laurie might be in the hospital for the majority of 2, which is funny because of the original part 2. But we are seeing this hospital showdown type where Laurie's finally dressed in the hospital. It looks like people are smashing a hospital door. Yeah, here's where you lose me a bit. This should never have been in the trailer. Now, it's a badass looking scene. It shouldn't be in the trailer for 2 reasons. 1, you're not going to kill her and put it in the trailer. 2, you're not going to... everything you're thinking is going to happen, it's likely not going to happen. The most likely scenario is the boyfriend was there. They put him in the trailer, so most likely he's not going to die in this scene. He should die later on. It would fit, but just not in this scene because, again, it's in the trailer. It'd be way too stupid. It'd be beyond Hollywood stupid to have that. What's more likely, since they don't die in this very scene, the boyfriend somehow gets thrown to the side. You know, you think he's knocked out. And when we see this moment...
Do it! Do it!
What the trailer wants you to think is Michael leans forward and stabs her. That was the first thing I thought. They wanted us to think when you have this scene playing out. However, if you think about the boyfriend getting knocked to the side and then the boyfriend hitting him from behind, now rewatch this and it looks like the boyfriend hits him from behind. Someone clubs him from behind. The boyfriend could be dead, and it's the mother, her mother, that clubs him. Clubs him and snatches his mask, because then we see this.
You want your mask?
I mean, he is in a doorway, it looks like, in both scenes. Just because it follows in the trailer doesn't mean it's going to follow in the movie. But he does look like he's in a doorway for both. See the doorway? Let me back that up a bit. Yeah, see, it is a doorway. I just don't know if it's a front door. Wait, wasn't there more of a... Yeah, it looks like a doorway to outside right there. Man. Yep, you see the outside.
Do it! Do it! You want your mask? Come and get it!
This is kind of badass. Someone tell me, though, they just had Halloween in 2018, and this is the same day or night. Why is she wearing a Christmas sweater? Did I miss something? I mean, it was Halloween, right? Because weren't they doing something with pumpkins and then they had a party? Was it a Christmas? Yeah, they dressed up like Bonnie and Clyde. Why has she got a Christmas sweater on? Maybe there was a joke in the first one and it carries over and I missed it somehow. But yeah, that's just weird. This is cool. Also, let me pop out of this. For fans that are into the movies hardcore, but maybe you also pick up some collectibles, like here's a MacReady thing, the Thing MacReady figure from NECA. Here's a Kong, actually, King Kong holding a plane from NECA. I got a bunch of characters on my shelf here while I'm working, just to spruce up the place and make it look cool. Big Bad Toy Stores and a couple other places put up the Halloween Kills figure, but there's no picture. Now, here's what has me a little sus. I think maybe there's a small chance that we could get this with a hidden alternate head. That alternate head could potentially be, and I know some fans are not going to like this no matter what pops off, but that alternate head could possibly be an unmasked Michael Myers. And I think it kind of, it's going to be split. It could be potentially badass that we get the mother taking the mask and
You want your mask? Come and get it!
and Michael just comes to get it, you know, and we get a face reveal. They play around with the camera so you get kind of a reveal. I hate when they do this shit where you get the reveal for the characters, they can see his face, but the audience just never does. I hate when if you're not going to show his face to the audience, just don't even show his face to the other characters. Oftentimes we get like the characters' reactions first, and then we see the face later, like when they take the sack off of Sackhead Jason, and then he jumps through the window, and we get the awesome reveal. Same thing with Dutch. Oh, you're one ugly motherfucker, and we get the reveal of the Predator head when he throws his biomask down. There's a part of me that thinks, man, if he comes off the porch and he's like, listen, bitch, that's my fucking face right there. And he comes after her and he's got kind of like a scarred up, burned up, you know, maybe even whatever type of face. Half the fan base I know is going to be like, nope, Michael Myers is, you know, the mask. He is that visually. They're not big on what he looks like under the mask. So I know you're going to lose half the fan base, or they're going to be annoyed at least if you do it that way.
You want your mask? Come and get it!
I'm coming for you, Michael.
Another hallway scene, kind of weird. I don't know, she's walking around with a knife. You tell me none of these people are going to be like, oh, that's off. What's going on there? Just kind of iffy.
Coming for you, Michael.
Yeah, October. I'll give him credit, though. This trailer is fire. I think there was the No, Let It Burn, the Evil Dies Tonight, and then I'm Coming for You, Michael. Just with how it was done. I'm not even against those scenes existing. It's how it was done. The three little things that threw me off. Now, going back to 2018, just a really quick wrap up. I was not incredibly impressed with 2018. I'm glad we got something that wasn't straight trash, because I just want something that's Michael Myers that's good, something that's Jason Voorhees that's good in current time, right? Something that's Chucky that's good. You name it, I want it, but I want it done good. Tremors, I want it done well. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like my dream type of movie, but just good enough. Halloween 2018 kind of skirted the line. For me personally, there was concepts I liked. The idea of setting a trap, I actually really did enjoy that, but I thought the execution was fumbled hard. And we'll go back and I think my review is still up where I talk in depth, but we'll go back and cover that again in greater detail leading up to this. But this, maybe not this guy, but the doctor that essentially let Michael free, he was one of the worst parts of it. When he popped up wearing Michael's mask, oh my Lord, they almost lost me permanently. That was how bad that scene in that moment was. Just cringe factory, right? It was a factory of nonstop cringe creating, and until he took it off, and then Michael stomped his head, and that was it. So I'm hopeful that Halloween Kills will actually surpass my enjoyment from the Halloween 2, not 2. Yeah, that's so stupid. When you put this in a box set in chronological order for this timeline, it's going to go Halloween, Halloween, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. It's going to be like, wait, what? And you know damn well they'll be releasing some sort of box set like that. So I'm going to hit the like button. I'm going to go over to the straw poll. You guys can go and vote below. I'm going to say they killed it. And this is a vote on the trailer itself. not what you think the movie's going to be like, whether you're going to love it or hate it. The trailer itself, it had some stumbles, but bro, I thought they killed it. I loved the trailer. I'm going to go ahead and vote. You guys go ahead and vote down below. Like I said, in the video description and then in the pinned comment. I know I got a claim that blocked my Black Summer episode 2 review, and I'm just going to re-record the review after this, and I'll post it up in a couple hours, because, man, they blocked it in like 180 countries, one of them being the U.S., and that's like 90% of my viewership, so I didn't have time the last week to go ahead and re-record it. There's no point editing it out because I was talking over some of the scenes and I was letting clips play, but I won't play as much. I'll do that next and pop it up. All right, thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. Hit the straw poll. I'm done talking. It's your turn.